Hello again, it's Jim Skelly, and it's part two in our mini lecture, the first mini lecture of the fall 2010 semester. I was talking to you about some of the news items that I've come across today that are related to interests that we explore in the course, especially with relationship to food. There's also, I'll just run through these and then I'm going to post them for you. I want to use one of them especially as a vehicle for stimulating some course discussion, but I'll get to that in a minute. One of them as well today looks at the risks to children even before pregnancy, based on the way in which parents' habits, diets, and upbringing all play a major role in disease, especially cancer. A leading nutritionist and advisor to the United Nations and the World Health Organization has put together the most comprehensive picture yet of cancer prevention throughout the course of a life, including how what happens to babies helps to define their risk later. And a lot of it has to do with food and what kind of food people are taking in. There's quite an extensive discussion of this, and obviously a report out from the World Cancer Research Fund. At any rate, I'll put a link for you about this at the website, and a couple of other things. Very interesting article as well in the Observer Sunday magazine on the way in which a fair trade co-op is now producing cocoa in Sierra Leone, and it's helping to overcome the aftermath of the horrible civil war and the hunger that people in Sierra Leone experienced for many years. I'll again put a link to that. There's also a great section in the Observer magazine today, and all of this can be accessed online. A great section titled "The Ultimate Ethical Shopping List." And it allows you to look at a whole series of foods, everything from organic turkey to Whole Foods apricots. So I'll also post that to you. Some of you, especially those of you interested in food, will find this particularly interesting. So those are a couple of things. And then there's also a very interesting article on farmers in the problems they're having with the production of cotton. Cotton is becoming very, very expensive, and part of what's going on is that many of the low end, in other words, the inexpensive, the cheap cotton garments are, of course, filled with chemical dyes and other chemical finishes, and there are now cotton manufacturers, people who are sourcing cotton, who are trying to do it from farmers who are growing cotton in a sustainable manner. So I'll again post this for you, and there's a couple of other organizations that you may want to look at with regard to cotton. Now, one of the most important things I took a look at today was an article in The Guardian by one of its columnists, and this is a woman named Barbara Ellen. Barbara Ellen is citing, the title of this article is, "I am not a veggie to save the planet, only the animals." What Barbara Ellen's talking about here is that she's been reading a new book, which I will also recommend and I will order myself. It's called Simon Fairley's book. It's by the author Simon Fairley, and it's called Meat, A Benign Extravagance. And it's apparently upset long accepted data on environmentally unsound meat production. and there's been a lot of concern about this. I accepted the facts that I had from certain UN reports and others, that it took 100,000 liters of water to produce 1 kilogram of beef. It's much less than that. It's still a significant amount. And that it takes 10 units of grain, for example, to produce 1 unit of meat. The actual ratio could be less, according to Fairley's book. At any rate, I'm going to post this one in a special course forum. And I'd like to get some discussion going about this and see what your own digging around on the internet, what your own thoughts are, reflections, etc., because I think this is an important issue. Fairley is not trying to advocate that we eat more meat, or that, in fact, he's advocating that we really lessen our meat consumption, but he wants the facts to be straight, and I think that's an important thing for all of us to be concerned with. There are various issues in this realm that we're exploring where we want to avoid hyperbole, polemic, and distorted data. So this one I'm going to put in a special category. I will also link you to the article and to something about the book. Let's see if we can't get a debate and discussion going about this. I know Jenna Goodhand will be quite interested in this article and in the book itself. That's all for me for this week. So I'll look forward to talking with you next week. Let me also mention before I close, I'm available on Skype, although I'll be traveling a bit this coming week and going to Hungary. I look forward to talking to many of you on Skype, and I hope that we'll be able to arrange office hours in the very near future. All the best for the coming week. Don't hesitate to email me. That's the easiest way to reach me. Email me if you have any questions about the course or particular issues in the course. All the best.